Welcome to the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry channel, everybody. I am Maynard Edwards, 32nd degree KCCH Scottish Rite Freemason. Please do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up. It really does help us make more videos. And also, if you can, share the video with those who are interested in Freemasonry or history or any of that kind of stuff. And we'd love it if you're a Mason to drop a comment below, say hi to us, tell us where you're from. Right now, I am in the town of Gettysburg, which is just one of my favorite places in the whole world. It is filled with history and reverence, and it has one of my most favorite monuments ever. And it's a monument that is very, very special to the Masonic fraternity. It's right over my shoulder here. This is the Friend to Friend Memorial, and it tells a Masonic story that's almost unbelievable. The Battle of Gettysburg was without a doubt the most important battle of the American Civil War, fought from July 1st to July 3rd, 1863. The battle involved the largest number of casualties of the entire war and is described as the war's turning point or the high watermark for the Confederacy, because after the Battle of Gettysburg, the South started losing ground. Union Major General George Meade's Army of the Potomac at Gettysburg defeated attacks by Confederate General Robert E. Lee's Army of Northern Virginia, basically ending Lee's attempt to take the war to the northern home front. Like many great battles, there are countless stories of heroism and tragedy. But for Freemasons, one story from the battle resonates more than all the others. On July 3rd, Confederate Brigadier General Lewis Addison Armistead led his troops into an assault known as Pickett's Charge, which was an attempt by Confederate forces to gain a critical piece of ground. Now, this effort failed in spectacular fashion, as over 50% of the Confederate troops were lost. General Armistead himself was wounded at the battle, shot by troops under the command of Major General Winfield Scott Hancock. Now, Hancock and Armistead, ironically, had been very close childhood friends, and they were both Freemasons. Armistead was a member of Alexandria Washington Lodge number 22 in Alexandria, Virginia, and Hancock a member of Charity Lodge number 190 in Pennsylvania. Now, the story changes from telling to telling, but the basics remain the same. General Hancock had also been wounded in the battle, and he got word his old friend, General Armistead, was wounded, and he wanted to make sure his old friend was taken care of. He sent an aide, who was also a Freemason, to tend to Armistead. Union Captain Henry H. Bingham. He was a member of Chartier's Lodge number 297. He found Armistead on the battlefield. Now, Armistead was severely wounded, but he was conscious. Recognizing that they were both Freemasons, Armistead gave his personal effects, including his pocket watch, his diary, and his spurs, to Captain Bingham, and he asked that they be given over to his old friend, General Hancock, to be returned to Armistead's wife. This monument commemorates the exact moment when these two Masonic brothers put aside their differences, set aside the battle, set aside all the political division of the day, and demonstrated what Freemasonry is really all about. 2 days later, July 5th, 1863, General Armistead died of his wounds. Major General Hancock recovered, and after the war, he did return Armistead's personal items to Armistead's wife. Hancock went on to oversee the execution of the Lincoln conspirators, and he eventually ran for president. He lost to James Garfield in 1880 and died in 1886. Henry Bingham had a very storied career in the military, was eventually promoted to general, and in 1878 was elected to the House of Representatives, where he served until his death in 1912. The Friend to Friend Monument was originally commissioned by the Grand Lodge of Pennsylvania and dedicated to the Freemasons of the Union and the Confederacy here at the National Cemetery Annex, August 21st, 1993. Now, this date was important because it marked the first time that a private organization had been permitted to erect a monument in a national historic park. It took an act of Congress and over a decade of planning to get it done, and Freemasons nationwide contributed to the effort. Without question, there has never been a more divisive and difficult time in our nation's history than what folks experienced during the Civil War, and arguably there was no greater conflict than the Battle of Gettysburg. But even during those darkest times, those darkest days, the values of the Masonic fraternity were able to shine through, and these two brothers on opposite sides of the battle lines were able to make that fraternal connection, and one was able to assist the other. You got to come here and check this thing out in person. If you're a Mason, the Friend to Friend Monument has to be on your bucket list, because this story needs needs to be told. I'm Maynard Edwards, 32nd degree KCCH, Scottish Rite Freemason, here in beautiful Gettysburg. I'm going to go enjoy the monument. We'll catch you next time. I'm back. You didn't think I was going to leave my camera and phone and everything just sitting here, did you? That would be stupid.